We continue with our Heritage Day theme. I'm now joined by Gogo Mpho. She is a Sangoma and a Moporofita. She is an academic who spent years in the corporate world as well. Thokoza Gogo Mpho. Let's go into your journey that led you to become a Sangoma. There is a different experience for each person. Tell us about yours.
Thokozani to all the viewers. So my experience in particular, it started from a very young age in my childhood. Getting significant dreams where elders would visit me, dreaming of snakes and lions and such creatures. So at that tender age, I never knew what it all meant really, and what the impact would be upon my life. Up until I think the behavioral symptoms started to, become more prominent in my adult age. So more especially when I started corporate, when I started working, that's when actually things started to reveal themselves in the sense that there actually is a calling. I would say that I went through my schooling very smoothly, through varsity very smoothly up until, the challenge came about where I had to do my honors. And there was just some blockages with regards to, meeting that criteria to actually being submitted and received into doing my honors. And then that's where actually things started. But the effects really started when I was in the corporate environment. So that's when I then decided to consult, because there were physical ailments as well in that process. Getting severe headaches, swelling of feet. Up until then, with the guidance of my family, I decided to go consult, and that's where I got confirmation that this is a journey that I have to embark on, and that I would eventually end up being a Sangoma and a Moporofita.
Now, you say that you were an introvert as a young girl growing up in South Africa. How difficult was it for you to seek help and guidance from those that you thought were more senior or would understand what you were going through in those earlier days of your calling?
Well, the whole spiritual realm isn't so foreign to me, purely because I grew up in a home whereby I was exposed to the life of a Sangoma, purely because my aunt was practicing. So I could see everything that was happening, and I knew, when particular things happened, what it actually meant. So being an introvert, I think first things first, I kind of did try to play it off because, as a young person, you kind of wish that, you can't take upon such a huge responsibility. But yeah, I managed to sit my family down, and we had the discussion about this. And funny enough, they did express that they knew all along. They just needed me to be able to get answers for myself, so that it doesn't appear or seem like they are imposing this gift on me. So the signs were there in dreams, in visions, in the physical ailments, and when we actually did decide to go consult, that's when I got the confirmation.
Now, most of your time is now spent working on your calling as a healer and a Sangoma, Moporofete, as you call yourself. How do we, as Africans, celebrate and practice our heritage on a daily basis so that it becomes a true reflection of who we are and what we do as Africans?
Well, you see, the important thing here for me that I've learned throughout my journey and experience is that we all need to learn to embrace and acknowledge our ancestors. There's a saying which my grandmother used to say, is that we are them and they are us. So they live through us. We are merely just vessels as Sangomas and Moporofetas, whereby they are able to do the work of healing through us. So I would really strongly encourage people to get to learn more about their roots, about where they come from. Small practices such as learning how to phahla, which is you communicating and acknowledging your ancestors, calling upon your forefathers, everybody who has passed on that you know by name, and acknowledging them and celebrating them is one of the ways in which we can keep in touch with our heritage as well. And, occasionally, once in a while, there should be at least umsebenzi wa badimo, mpho ya badimo, as some would call it, just to give thanks to your ancestors for giving you life, for the blessings, for everything that they've opened up for you in terms of opportunities and the blessings upon your life.
Well, you're certainly an example of someone who's living an authentic life. Now, are there consequences to the abandonment of cultural practices? And as such, how do those consequences manifest?
Yeah, so this is one of the challenges that comes up a lot in consultations, that, I would get clients who, get told that, they need to practice, they need to go through the process of initiation, and they themselves too do receive the messages from their guides, because in as much as I can throw bones for you in the Ndumba and tell you that this is what needs to be done, but at the same time, it's more important that you receive the messages from your guides, from your ancestors. So, people will tend to ask, is there a way that I can ask for them to, pass this on to somebody else? Is there a way that we can pray this away? But look, the bottom line is that when you are born like this, you are born like this, and this is how, unfortunately, you're going to die. So there is no way of abandoning them, because if you do abandon them, you are then setting yourself up for challenges in your life, blockages in terms of things not being fulfilled. You get people who also go through a lot of physical ailments because the dlozis are just getting frustrated because they can't get to work through you as the person who has been called. So the challenges are there. People will also experience lack of breakthroughs in career, in employment, in schooling. It's different strokes for everybody, so I can't actually put it all under one umbrella. But yes, there are definitely consequences. There will always be challenges.